What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here, back again with another video, and today I have something extremely exciting for you. I have a 3-part series, basically a full TikTok ads course teaching you how to build your product research list, build your store, and then finally test products and analyze them. I'm super excited to bring this out, and of course I'm going to be launching part 1 today, and then part 2 on my next video, and part 3 on the video after that. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. We're going to run through the glossary, and then we're going to go ahead and cover part 1 of this series. Just make sure, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because it's going to help a lot, and I think this video is going to help a lot of people. So number one thing I want to cover is the glossary. What exactly are we going to be covering in this training? Because it is going to be 3 videos long. It's kind of a long one, and I want you to be, attentive the whole time. I want you to be able to work along with me and make sure that you understand this entire process. So in series number 1, which is this video right now, hello, welcome, we're going to be going over the product research criteria, 2 different product research methods that I recommend following, and I'll also recommend you another video that goes a lot more in depth on these 2 specific methods, and then I'm going to give you some homework and things to do to get ready for the next video. So ideally, the way that you follow this is you watch 1 series at a time, complete the actions required, which I'm going to tell you exactly what you should be doing to follow along with this training, and then move on to the next part of the series where you can move on to the next step and hopefully start getting results. So you can see series 2, we're going to be talking about choosing which products you're going to be testing, how to get creatives, building your store, running your final quality check, which I'll give you some criteria to make sure that everything is, up to standard in the way that we do things. And then of course, I'm going to give you homework again to do before you see part 3. And in series 3, we're going to be launching the ad campaign together. I'm going to be showing you how to analyze your campaigns and talk about exactly, when to know if you have a winner or not and whatnot. And then we're going to talk about how to actually keep and scale your winning product, because I know a lot of people will find a winner and then it'll die out like after a week or 2 of running it, and we definitely don't want that to happen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start series number 1 of this training, and let's get right into it. So before we get into the training, I do want to talk about the goal of this training. Why am I making it? Why are you here? Why are you going to sit here and watch all 3 parts and actually follow along and do the homework and follow the steps? Number 1, I want to give you a full understanding of our strategies, how they work, why they work, how we've been able to get to where we are today, which, by the way, if you're not familiar with what we are and what we do, feel free to go to my YouTube channel and see all the videos that I've made. There's tons of case studies, tons of different strategies that you can follow, and I also love sharing my journey about learning this exact system as well. Number 2, show you the exact process of what we replicate hundreds of times per month. Yes, this exact thing that I'm going to be showing you in these 3 videos, we do many times, and we've done it thousands of times in the past, and that is not an exaggeration. Actually thousands of times. And we find new winning products every single day for clients over at our agency following this exact process. Now, another goal that I have, which I think will happen for some of you, I don't know about 100% of you, but as a part of this series, we're going to be picking out 3 products together, and I'm going to show you how to test them, how to build the store, basically take you through the whole process for at least 3 products. And my goal is to be able to get you to find a winner within those 3 products. And while obviously I can't guarantee this because it's a video training and it's kind of up to you to do the work, it might vary on your experience level and whatnot, it is definitely possible, and I would recommend following this training as strictly as you can and treat it like the Bible. Really go in depth, really try to take in this information. If I recommend resources, really make sure to study those resources and use them to their full potential, because I want you to come out of this training with a winning product. Even though you might not, you're going to come out of this training learning a whole lot, and you're going to learn the exact system that we use to find winning products. So either way, you're going to get a ton of value out of this training, and I'm excited to start it and take you through it. So this video is mainly going to be about product research. So let's cover the product research criteria, essentially the rules that you need to follow when you're searching through products and trying to find products to test on your stores. So let's go over some common traits of winning products with TikTok ads. So the number 1 thing is the selling price. Usually when we're finding winning products on TikTok, they're selling between $20 and $60, and that's the sell price. That's not what it's costing you, that's what you're selling it for on your store. Now, to match that, we also want a profit margin of above 50%, which essentially means if you're selling it for $20, you need to be able to buy the product for $10 or less in order to meet that 50% margin. If you're selling it for $60, you have to be able to buy that product and ship it to your customer for under $30. $30. So just basic math here. And the reason we have those margins and the price limits is because the price limits is based on what we've seen work so far. It doesn't mean you can't see success with cheaper or more expensive products. I'm just trying to tell you the common traits and the averages of what we've seen. And then obviously the margin being above 50% is so that at the end of the day, you're actually able to walk out with profits in your pocket, because if you get below a 50% margin, things get a little bit tight once you get to the scaling point. So keep that in mind, and keep in mind that you want natural perceived value with that profit margin. You don't want to be stretching the profit margin just to make sure that you have it, because what's going to happen is you're going to try to sell a product for way more than people know that it's worth, and it's just not going to work. So try to find products that are naturally worth about double what they're costing you. And this is not hard with, AliExpress and different supply chains over in China. They usually get products pretty cheap. Another thing to keep in mind is that almost all winning products on TikTok ads are either tied to a trend, create a trend, are trendy in some way, shape, or form. And this is not only the product, it obviously ties into the actual advertisement as well, which obviously we'll be covering in series 2, which is like how to get your creatives and how to get your ads. But just keep this in mind that, maybe selling, a pair of shoes, unless it has something really, really cool about it, or really, some fun factor to it, it might be hard to tie it to a specific trend. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your product research, that you're looking for things that could go viral or have already gone viral in the past. One more thing to note is that gimmicky products do really well, and also products that solve a specific problem for a general amount of people also do very, very well. In terms of niche products and stuff like that, I have videos on my YouTube channel where I've talked about, the top niches for TikTok and all this stuff. Usually the niche that works best is no niche at all. So you really want products that kind of target a generic level of people. You don't really want to be going after a very specific person, just because with TikTok, in my experience, you're going to get a really low CPM and a lot of people are going to be seeing your advertisements. So honestly, the less niche your product, the better. But obviously, if it solves a problem for a lot of people, it could have a good potential to work. Also, as I have written on the bottom, keep in mind that the product will need to be sold like in a UGC style advertisement. So if you're unfamiliar with what UGC is, we'll be covering it in series 2. So you don't have to fully worry about it right now, because we'll be going over it. But just keep it in mind when you're doing your product research that the advertisements have to be, UGC style. So like I said before, it might be hard to sell a pair of shoes using UGC unless there's something special about it. So I want to cover the first product research method that we're going to talk about in this video. First, I want you to build your product sheet. So open up a new tab, open up Google Sheets. All you need is a Gmail to be able to do this. I'll show on screen right now kind of how I do it, and then you can just come in and replicate it. So essentially, we just have the name of the product, the TikTok link, the AliExpress link, the cost, and the sell for price. So basically what it's costing you and what you're selling it for. Now get this basic structure set up. Just ignore the things that I have on the screen right now. This was for a video that I did in the past, but this is the way that I structure my product list. So go and make this real quick, just so that you have it ready for when you start looking for products. So the first method is going to be the copycat method. Now, if you're familiar with the copycat method, obviously it's pretty straightforward, but I'm going to cover it here for the people that might not be. Essentially, all you're doing is you're finding products that have went viral or worked for other people, either on TikTok or with other platforms. It honestly doesn't really matter. Just essentially something that's proven to work for somebody else in some way, shape, or form. Now, there's a few ways that you can do this. My personal favorite way is scrolling through your TikTok For You page and just looking for products, right? Like, it's pretty much that simple. You can also look for advertisements for other products, but usually what happens is I'll be scrolling through TikTok and I'll come across a TikTok on a specific product, or maybe it's a trend that I could tie to a product, and I'll also see videos on my feed, other people's advertisements where they're advertising for a product. Now usually you'll see these and they have like 10, 20 likes. Ignore those ones, but if they have 500 plus likes, there's a good chance that that person is making money with that product. Now I don't want to go too in depth in this video on product research, because this one series could be 40 minutes long and I don't really want that. But for those of you who really care and you want to see the exact way that I do this, I do have this video right here on my YouTube channel that you can kind of go on. You can see the title here, and I really go in depth. I share my screen on my phone and show you exactly how I find products using TikTok ads. And hey, check that out, I'm wearing the same shirt. That was completely unintentional, but I also go over the next product research method that we're going to be talking about in here as well, but we'll talk about that in a second. So to follow this method, essentially all you do is go on your TikTok. This is probably what I would recommend doing. Just go on your TikTok, scroll. Once you find a video for a product that you think could do well, copy and paste it into your product sheet and do it in the exact way that we showed here. Basically just name the product, put the link to the TikTok, put the link to the AliExpress page, put how much it's costing you from AliExpress, and then how much you're able to sell the product for. So that was the copycat method, and like I said, if you want more information and you want me to walk you through exactly how to do it, please go check out that other video. You can go to my channel by clicking my name down below. But let's talk about the second product research method that we're talking about in this video, which is the Pioneer method. Now, this is going to be for you guys that might have a little bit more experience with product research and finding winners, and maybe you've tested a lot of products in the past, but this is essentially finding products that you think will do good based on your criteria, your experience, and things that you've seen in the past, like products you've tested, things you've seen work, things you've seen doesn't work. So of course this is very experience based, and if you have zero experience, this method might be a little bit hard for you, just because you're picking out products not really based on much of a foundation. But essentially the way that you do this, and like I said, I also cover this in my other product research video that you can go check out as well, but essentially you just scroll through online marketplaces such as Amazon, AliExpress, Tabeo, I think there's one called AliGoods or something like that. There's a ton of them, and you're just scrolling through those and just looking for products that you think could do well. And there's many different ways that you can do this. Main one, probably AliExpress is my favorite one. Just scrolling through all the categories. I've been through so many pages of AliExpress products. It's really hard for me to find products at this stage, but for you, probably a lot of products on there that you haven't seen yet, and you might be able to scope out some good opportunities and some good products that are untapped that you're able to come in, pop a winner, and see some really good results with. So like I said, if you want more specific help with this specific method, make sure that you check out that other video on my channel. But of course, once you find products that you like on AliExpress, you basically just copy the AliExpress link, go into your product list sheet, and fill it out. You know, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. So we're coming to the end of series number 1 of this training. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Let's cover exactly what your homework is and what I want you to accomplish before you move on to the next part of this training. So at the base level, I want you to build a product list of at least 15 products. So follow these 2 methods. I don't really care which one, just make sure that you follow the criteria that I covered in this video. And if you want to be an overachiever, of course, you can find more than 15. I'm not going to limit you to 15, but at least 15. If you go to the next video without finding at least 15 products, you're cheating the system, you're hacking. Don't do it. If you want to follow this and you want to see the results that I talked about in the beginning, make sure that you follow this series the way that it is intended to be followed. So once you have 15 products, go ahead and move on to series number 2 of this training, which if you're here on day 1, it'll be dropping in probably about 4 to 5 days. If you're watching the replay, it'll be there. Don't get tempted. Do the work first. Find your 15 products, and I will see you guys in the next series. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys are excited for this series, and I hope that you get a ton of value out of it. And I'm super excited to see if you guys are actually able to find a winning product using this training, because I'm putting a lot of work into this, and I really hope that it helps out. If you like this, leave a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm promote my videos to more people, and I really think it's a noble act for this training, because this training has the potential to help a lot of people. So I really appreciate you. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. But as for this one, this is Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.